I was the first person to be executed on an electric chair in the US for killing my wife with an axe. I am William Kemmler, born in 1860 to alcoholic parents. Like my mother and father, I grew up to be an alcoholic. After binge drinking on March 29, 1899, I was infuriated with my wife, Tilly Ziegler. She stole from me and planned to run away with my friend. My rage grew violently, so I went to the barn, took my axe, and repeatedly struck her to death. My trial proceeded soon after. On May 10, 1899, I was sentenced to death as one of the first people to be executed by New York's new execution, which replaced hanging with electrocution. Despite my lawyer's efforts to appeal by claiming that the punishment was both cruel and unusual, the appeal was ultimately unsuccessful. On August 6, 1890, I woke up at 5 a.m. in preparation for the day designated for my execution. I wore a suit with a necktie and a white shirt. Following breakfast, I prayed, after which my hair was shaved off. At approximately 6:38 a.m. I entered the execution chamber, where the warden introduced me to a group of 17 witnesses. As I gazed upon the electric chair, these were my final words. "Gentlemen, I wish you luck. I'm sure I'll get a good place, and I'm ready." I maintained my composure, refraining from screaming, crying, or offering any resistance. Taking my seat on the chair, I was instructed to cut a portion of my suit to allow for the attachment of a second electrical lead. Before my execution, thorough testing had been conducted on the chair, including the successful electrocution of a horse. Now, secured tightly to the chair, a metal restraint was placed over my face, covering my bare head. Then, the switch was activated and charged with 1000 volts. The electrocution lasted for 17 seconds, during which my flesh began to burn, prompting some witnesses to flee the room due to nausea. The power was abruptly shut off at that point, and I was officially pronounced dead. However, I continued to breathe, leading the attending physicians, Dr. Edward Charles Spitzka and Dr. Charles MacDonald, to examine me. Their assessment confirmed that I was alive. In response, the switch was once activated. This time, a staggering 2000 volts surged through my body. The electrical shock caused the blood vessels beneath my skin to rupture, resulting in profuse bleeding. Then my body was engulfed in fire. The entire execution process lasted for over 8 minutes. Numerous witnesses expressed their sentiments, with some stating that it would have been more humane to employ an axe for my execution. Others regarded the spectacle as a vile and gruesome sight, far surpassing the horror of hanging.